Hello, everyone. This is Jared Pixley, possible future president of the United States here. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about something that's been going on in the news for the last few weeks, to give you my thoughts on it. And that topic is free and fair elections. During his campaign for president, Trump once made a promise that a lot of people didn't seem to notice. He said that if you vote for me, you will never have to vote again. To me, warning bells sounded. Did Trump want to become a dictator? If you look at what he has done since retaking office, it makes that danger more believable. Military parades are what dictators do. Sitting the military against U.S. citizens is what dictators do. Secret police are the tools of a dictator. He disregards Congress, the courts, and the rule of law, as if the only thing that matters is what he says, like a dictator would. He idolizes Putin and Kim Jong-un. Both of them are dictators. He has threatened to lock up his political opponents, like a dictator. The other day, Volodymyr Zelensky visited the White House. This was the day after Trump hosted Putin in Alaska, or as Putin called it multiple times, Russia. During their conversation, they discussed elections, and Zelensky said that it was hard to organize one while they were fighting off a Russian invasion, but they would have a new election as soon as one could be arranged. Trump joked that maybe he should have a war to avoid a 2008 election. Or was it a joke? That same week, someone in the administration leaked that Trump was drawing up plans to invade Mexico. It was also reported the other day that Robert Kennedy was considering running for president in 2028, but he quickly denied it when Trump got mad. Trump reportedly said that RFK was a traitor if he was considering running against him. Trump has already served his 2 terms, so how is Trump going to run again in 2028? During previous elections, the one in 2020 and 2024, some states, especially southern ones, closed polling places, creating long lines at the ones still open, and they even passed laws making it illegal for anyone to give water to people standing in line out in the sun for hours waiting for their turn to vote. ABC investigated this and reported that over the last 10 years, 1 out of 5 polling places has been closed, totaling 27,000. Almost all of them were in states like Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Georgia. There's also campaigns against mail-in voting. Trump claims that countless people are mailing in fake ballots. However, there's no evidence for this. Trump himself has voted with mail-in ballots in the last several elections. States have investigated mail-in voting for fraud and found only a few isolated cases which they prosecuted. At least 1 member of Trump's cabinet and 1 justice on the Supreme Court have argued that women do not need the right to vote because their husbands will vote for them. These are the people helping Trump come up with his policies and enforcing them. We can see a clear pattern over the last 10 or so years that people have been working to make voting harder, and now Trump is talking about taking away voting altogether. After they take away your right to vote, what right might they come to take away next? They're already working on taking away your citizenship, your bodily autonomy, your freedom of speech, and your freedom of press. The right to vote was given to us by the Constitution, the document that Trump keeps hidden behind a curtain on the wall of the Oval Office. It establishes the day that elections will be held. War is no excuse not to hold it. We held elections during World War II, during the war in Vietnam, and the war in Afghanistan. From 2001 to 2021, during which time Trump was elected. Unless enemy soldiers are occupying our cities, there is no need to postpone it. The 22nd Amendment clearly states that no one can serve more than 2 terms, not even Trump. If you want to keep your right to vote, if you want to ensure that your children will have the right to vote, you need to get active. Write or call your congressman and tell them to make it a priority. Question your candidates and vote for the people that will fight to keep your elections free and fair. I want elections to stay around. I am hoping that there will be an election in 2028 so I can get elected to president. And if elected, I'll make sure that there's an election in 2032 when I run for re-election. I will not be a dictator. In 2028, I like my chances against RFK. And my friend doesn't think I'll beat him, but I think I can. Between the two of us, only one of us has a brainworm, and it's not me. Part of me hopes that Trump will send in the troops to seize voting places. That the troops will say no, that they will not obey an illegal order, and Trump will get impeached, and maybe the Senate will finally kick him out of office. Now, if I'm elected, I will work with state governments to create more polling places so that it'll be easier for people to vote. I will always support the Constitution, even if it means letting someone run against me, even if it means losing the election. I believe that it is the competition that lets us see the real measure of a man or a woman. Are they mudslingers, or do they have real stances on real issues? Have they kept, or will they keep their promises? I have mine printed in my book. Can they form sentences and walk up steps? Now, a friend of mine who reviewed this piece ahead of time, he suggested I talk about gerrymandering. I will have gerrymandering in my book. I do have a few things to say about it, but not enough to really get into on here. Except I think gerrymandering is bad. I don't think we should do it. But that is a state issue. In fact, while the Constitution gives us the date of the election, it's up to states to run it according to their will. Each state has its own office. So that is what I had for you guys today. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends, spread the word, help me become popular so I can get more votes. Have a good day.